The Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to the disciples, "If another member of the church sins against you, go and point out the fault when the two of you are alone. If the member listens to you, you have regained that one. But if you are not listened to, take one or two others along with you, so that every word may be confirmed by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If the member refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. And if the offender refuses to listen even to the church, let such a one be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Again, truly I tell you, if 2 of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them." The word of the Lord. All right, as I already mentioned, I have lots of youth here today that went on our mission trip this summer. We took 11 youth and 6 adults to Spruce Pine, North Carolina. We worked with Operation Inasmuch of Mitchell County. It started out like a rainy week. The first couple days we were stuck doing inside work, but eventually the weather did clear and we were able to work outside. Afterwards we thought, we worked so hard fundraising and we had so much support from all of you that we needed a way to share, and we were working on ways to share, and this week came up as a possibility with Pastor being away for us to come up. So I talked to the kids and they were excited to share all that we experienced. This morning I have 2 of our youth up here to talk to us and share with us a little bit about their personal experience with the week. First, a little bit about Spruce Pine, North Carolina. It's quite a depressed area financially. They've lost a lot of their major industries, the textile industry, the furniture industry. Their main industry now is in mining, which is very literally destroying the beautiful countryside, which is one of the biggest draws for that area now. I wasn't kidding. They did warn us about bears. There had been lots of bear sightings this past year, so we were on guard every night about keeping all our food inside. The most striking thing we noticed that first night when we got there, other than being warned by the bears, was as we walked into the dining hall, there was a big sign on the wall, and it said, "You won't leave here the way you came." And we all just kind of looked at it and didn't think much of it first, but I think you'll hear in our sermon this morning that these youth definitely left change, and I would say, and probably be fair to talk on most of the adults' behalf, that we left their change too. So let's hear from Connor Byrne first. Are you up here? All right.
Okay, so it was a great trip, lots of fun, and did a lot of really good work. One of the places that I felt like I could really see the help we did was at a thrift store we worked at the first day. We got in there and it was really unorganized, so we basically just organized stuff, and whenever we put stuff out, we could see it getting sold really quickly. Like me and Zach moved some chairs around and couches out front, and they sold almost immediately. And a lot of people would come up to us and ask us what we were doing, who we were with. We told them we were with Zion from Lexington, and we were just helping out. And you could tell they were very, very grateful for what we were doing. And all the proceeds went to a shelter for abused women and children. So we could really see, we could see in people there how grateful they were for what we were doing. And another thing that really was brought a lot to the trip was just the bonding with everyone there. I got to know a lot of people that I just never really talked to before. It was just a great trip, and Walt did a great job of organizing the entire thing.
Our second youth is Briley Tanner. Connor was one of our older members on the trip. Briley is one of our younger members, so we're going to get both ends of the spectrum here.
Yeah, so like Walt said, the first few days that we were there, it did rain, so me and a few other people, we went to a thrift store and helped organize it. And there was this old man that was sitting down, and he was taking a break from shopping, I guess. And we talked to him and we asked him how his day was going and stuff. And then he asked us what we were doing, why we were there, who we were with. and we said that we were with Zion and we were helping out on a mission trip, and he said that that was really great that we were doing that because like our age group doesn't usually like get out and do stuff like that because we're like so focused on technology and stuff. But also on the days that it wasn't raining, we went out to 2 people's houses and we did like painting, a lot of painting, and we did like help out, but I feel like we also bonded a lot, like, and got closer as a youth, because like I didn't talk to a lot of people because they were just like in high school. I'm like, oh, high school is scary. And like me, Connor, both Connors, Dalton, I didn't talk to any of them, but I felt like I got closer to them. And even the people I did know, like Riley, Sydney, and a few of the girls, I felt like I got closer to them too, just like spending the week with them and just like hanging out with them, getting to know them more. And every night we did a Bible study, and like after we did the Bible study in like a group and talking with each other, we'd have quiet time, which like we'd like answer the question in our Bible study bulletin, or we just like pray or just think, and like it'd just be 30 minutes being quiet and just thinking and talking to God. So I felt like that was really great for us too, because like we couldn't have our phones, so it's just like a good thing for us. And this was my first time doing a mission trip like this, so it was definitely different, but it was good. And I'd like to thank all the adults that were there that made this possible, like Mr. Brad and Mr. Randy and Troy and Walt and Miss Betsy and Miss Jamie, who helped out. It was just a really great experience overall.
The quiet time she talked about is one of my favorite parts about these mission trips. I write a half hour of quiet time into their Bible study every night, and it's always a little rough at first because, like she said, we're a little glued to our technology in the younger generations, so it's quite different to take a half hour of just quiet. It's expanding for them and for me, and we always have fun with it and enjoy it. Just a moment of prayer, of silence for us. When I think about this year's mission trip, I think a lot more about just what we did every day. I think about all the fundraising, all the support we got from all of you leading up to it the last couple of years, all the prayers, the thoughts and concerns that came every day, the text messages, the notes, all the little things that led up to it and that I know was happening back home while we were there. The thing I think about most, though, is the love and the care that is taken by the adults leading up to and during the trip, especially by Neil, our community contact in Spruce Pine, who sets up all our work sites and walks with us throughout the week. All the love given by Betsy and Jamie, who cooked for us all week, made sure our kids were happy, healthy, and well-fed. To Brad, Randy, and Troy, it's amazing to see adults take a week of vacation out of their summer to come and to truly disciple these youth and take care of them for a week and work with them and show them how to work and teach them new things. In today's reading, we heard from Paul that the whole message is love. Let me repeat a passage of that. Owe no one anything except to love one another. For the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. The commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this word: love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to a neighbor. Therefore, love is fulfilling the law. We as a group learned a lot this summer. We were living in close quarters in one house with 17 people. Loving each other is a little tough in that situation. It's hard to love someone when they take the last granola bar or when they shower a little bit too long and we need our turn. We as a group, we learned not to judge people at the work sites, to judge by how they looked or the appearance of their house or their belongings. We just showed up and we served without question. Most of all, though, we learned to go and be Christ's love. We can do that every day in our lives. The sign in our dining hall said, "You will not leave here the way you came." It turned out to be true. We went, we walked together, we served together, and we experienced Christ's love together. Amen.